we did finally find out, it's like, hey, Nick Fury is getting a Disney Plus series, and we're all excited, I would assume, between us two, because, hey, it's Nick Fury, and he's finally getting a series.
Yeah.
Like,
So this is a funny one because if you go back a couple of years and like rewind a little bit, I think it was like 2018 it came out on 4chan. There was a supposed leak of Marvel shows on Disney Plus, and so far it's been right about every single one.
yup.
Every single one. And who was on it? Nick Fury was on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who was on it? She-Hulk was on it. Moon Knight was on it. Miss Marvel was on it. War Machine was on it. Where's War Machine 1? We don't know. We might very well find out soon.
Hopefully.
But this apparently isn't a Nick Fury show. It's just a show that heavily features Nick Fury.
I mean, so if we go back to the rumors of what's in development, the first thing that popped out to me was they're working on a sword show, and that's going to be a setup.
Yes.
And I'm like, if you're literally, like, let's say they do Marvel Sword, and there's nobody you're familiar with, it's not really a driving point. Yes,
Exactly.
the Marvel logo, but if you say, hey, Nick Fury's back, and it's Nick Fury, Agent of Sword, I mean, people are tuning in way more than they would have just Sword with random characters. And we saw this with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. People tuned in because they knew Coulson. So, Nick Fury, this is a good gateway, I think, to introduce us to who Sword is, what they do, and also bring in extensive amounts of cameos and new characters by Nick Fury and Sword being like, hey, I'm still assembling a new line of defense. What do we got? What can I investigate? Let's go. Like, I think that's a good setup, so...
No, I agree. Apparently, also, there's a lot of talk because Bleeding Cool late last year, I think, said something about a Secret Invasion show.
Ooh.
And I think a lot of people are kind of like, this is one and the same. Like, and Nick Fury is Sword So and Secret Invasion are literally just the same show. That everyone got told different things, and it's like, I can see that.
I mean, that makes so much sense if you really think about it, because why would you do two different shows when both shows would literally be the same thing? So
Exactly. And you're not going to do a Nick Fury at the minute without the scrolls. So it just makes too much sense for it to be something like that.
yeah, that's true.
Now, who do you have in this show is the question. Let's say he's putting Alpha Flight together. Let's just say it's a hypothetical Alpha Flight. Or it's a new Avengers lineup. Who do you have?
Puck? I don't know. Honestly, Sasquatch. How about that?
So we're going just pure Alpha Flight.
I mean, I would just put Sasquatch in there because I would want him to be like, just walk Chewie onto the set and make him part of the MCU. Just use that same damn suit. It's like, all right.
Why not? If you're doing She-Hulk, we're doing more Hulk stuff, get Sasquatch in there.
Exactly. Like, and plus, I really like Sasquatch. I like the idea of that character and him showing up. So I'm like, you know what? This could work for me. I mean, here's my pie in the sky. Again, this is the ultimate, like, I'm wishing here is Nick Fury is going around, looking for members. And obviously, he's going to be like, hey, Kamala Khan. Inhumans, the moon, you say? I guess I'm going to go to the moon. And that's where we also get more Inhumans. Like, that's my thing. Probably not going to happen. It could, I don't know. But I wish, like, some Inhumans in there would be a good idea. Maybe introduce one. Like, be like, hey, here's Medusa. She's going to be a member of this. Here
I mean,
go.
hey, if you want any humans, we have one that's currently in space right now, going from planet to planet.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That's been established for 7 seasons.
Yup.
Currently doesn't have a job at the minute.
That's true.
As stated multiple times, she would like to come back.
I mean, literally they don't even ask her about it, and she's like, I want to come back.
Yeah.
Ask me about it so I could tell you.
She's got Stockholm syndrome. It's like, I want to come back, but I want to come back.
Quake would be such a good idea, too. I love that character. She's so good.
Exactly. Now, whether it happens or not, who knows? I'd love it to happen. I'm not going to put any stock into it happening, but
I mean,
who knows?
It would be a good one, honestly. And again, like, yes, you can kind of acknowledge Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know Kevin Feige doesn't even want to touch that with a damn anything. Like, he's just like, no. Like
it's like, who invited S.H.I.E.L.D. to the party? Like, go away.
Do you think they'll bring in Hellstrom?
Who?
So it's my weekly. I gotta mention Hellstrom. I'm keeping a streak going. I just gotta shove him in anywhere. Be like, I mentioned it this week.
I don't know who that is. So.
Oh, okay. Well, the only nobody does.
The reference is lost on me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Do you think this could be a good way to also introduce some concept of mutants? Like Nick Fury discovers them again. He's like, "Ooh, hey."
I mean, sure. Why not?
There's this bald man in New York. He keeps inviting me for tea or chess. I don't know. I'll go there one day. He wants
my thing is this has got to have Monica Rambeau in it, surely. We know she's working for Sword. We've seen her come out the Sword building in the One Division set photos.
Yep.
She's clearly with Sword in the trailer. Like, is she gonna get her powers in One Division and then she's in this?
Oh, or is perfect?
How exactly? Or does she get powers in Sword? Who knows? Or Captain Marvel 2? Like, who knows where she's gonna get them?
Right.
If she's ever gonna get them. We assume she is, because why would you not do that?
I hope dumb. So, because if not, that would be a waste.
So yeah, it's like I'm putting money on she's going to be in it.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you do it, right? Like, you got the actress, you're moving forward with that direction. It'd feel like wasted opportunity. Like, also, I wouldn't mind if like they tossed like, I don't know, one of the Valkyrie in there or something. Like
Valkyrie would be cool. Yeah.
That would be a cool get, because more of her. Like, doing a mixture of older characters that we have existing currently and some new characters to spice things up and give us another decade worth.
What if this is how we get Ultimates? What if that's the whole point of this show, is to set up the Ultimates? Which, unfortunately, yes, T'Challa can't be there.
Yeah.
We did lose Boseman, so rest in peace on that one. You know, you could still, as horrible as it is, you could still do Ultimates without T'Challa. You know, you could put either a completely different character in there, or you could just replace him with Shuri.
Right.
But no, you could still get Adam Brashear. You could still introduce him in this show. It's a perfect spot for him.
That is true.
You could still bring in America Chavez. No, why not?
That'd be the one I would bring in here. Like, that's definitely it. As part of, you know, this team. So it's like, we can build up her story here and also do this thing, because who knows, she's probably not getting a standalone thing yet, but you see how the character is handled and what the people think, and then you can move forward with it. That would honestly probably the best case scenario, I would assume. But...
And let's go absolutely balls to the wall and pick up on an old Iron Man 3 Easter egg Doom Man thing.
Yeah, oh Jesus.
Dude, like, give us Man Thing.
Dude, I would love that. Love it. I mean, it's... You
know, how can you not connect Man Thing to America Chavez? It's so easy to do. So easy.
Now, remember Man Thing was rumored for that whole Hulu thing?
Oh, he was absolutely there. You don't do like the scary stuff and then not do Man Thing.
That's so true.
Right. If only Loeb wasn't a piece of trash. If only Loeb didn't suck.
But hey, when we know more about this, we'll get back to it. I'm assuming this show is still quite a bit of a ways off, but who knows? Marvel could fast track.
I mean, you say that. We already have people attached to it.
Like showrunners. True. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pushing this one forward. They didn't even announce. They could have announced this easily last year when they actually had time to announce stuff that they're making, because they could actually make it, and they're blissfully unaware of what was going to happen in 12 months' time. But hey, they could have done that. They didn't. It seems to be on par with everything else.
This would also be a better show to get ahead of like production, because I feel like this show would be a lot easier to produce than something more big budget, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, this is going to be a pretty big budget. If it's Sword, they're dealing with space stuff.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, which I assume they have plenty of done assets though for it, which we see.
Oh yeah, like, who cares about budget and production size? We literally have a giant screen we can use for everything now.
Yep, which is I hope they utilize it.
Like, you'd be silly not to use it.
Well, I mean, Taika's going to be using it for Thor 4.
Exactly.
So hype.
I'm so excited for that movie just based on that.
Right.
I was hyped for it before anyway, but they're just purely based on the fact that it's all going to be filmed on that. Like, that's going to look amazing.
And the fact that the actors can actually see what's coming towards them, if it's a giant
Yeah.
towering monster, and react to it in real time, yeah, it's going to be great. So, with that in mind, you guys, let us know who you think might show up and who would you like to see in the Nick Fury Sword TV